Hello guys! I know I've been talking about consoles a lot lately, and I understand it might start getting on your nerves a little bit. I get it. But my intention isn't what you might think. I'm not just repeating the same thing over and over for no reason. I'm actually trying to educate you and make you aware of what's really going on behind the scenes with this whole process. Because this isn't just a random topic, this is something big. And if you've been following ETS2 and ATS for a long time, you already know that console support has been one of the most requested things for years. Now here's where things get interesting. I've received some news recently, and it's not just ordinary news. It's the kind of information that can actually change everything for the community. And yes, it is related to consoles. And I'm telling you right now, this might get you very excited.
We've got some pretty cool news on the way.
Oh yeah.
Granted that everything goes well, you should be receiving maybe some news about consoles in the very near future.
That as well, yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
But not only that.
Not only that, no.
No.
There's a lot more to come. So people are asking, oh, you mentioned about console news coming. Is that this month, or when you say near future, is it longer? Well, when I say console news is coming, I can probably say it's coming sooner than just this month. Actually.
I think you meant like this week. Even,
it could
hopefully
very much even this week. Yeah, if all goes according to plan, then you should hear some news even this week. But in case something does go wrong, here's my quote. Maybe we need to postpone it potentially if something does happen, but it should be this week. I'm not going to promise anything. Knowing the curse of the stream talking, you know how it happens sometimes. Like everything seems set and then suddenly something happens and changes. So
here's the thing. This week, SCS Software is expected to drop news about consoles. And not just small updates or hints. I'm talking about something big. Something that could literally break the internet within our community. And I know that sounds like a lot, but if you really think about how long we've been waiting for this, it actually makes sense. Based on everything I've seen, everything I've followed, and my own opinion, I believe SCS are finally going to announce the release date for console compatibility coming to Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. Just imagine that for a second. A release date, not just talk, not just ideas, not just we are working on it. An actual release date. Now you might be asking, why now? Why would they suddenly be ready to announce something like this? Well, if you look at the timeline, it actually lines up perfectly. They've had time, a lot of time. Time for integration, time for testing, time for polishing, time for development. And we know SCS, they don't rush things. If anything, they take their time to make sure everything feels right. And honestly, I like that about them. I would rather wait longer and get something solid than get something broken. So, when I look at where they are now, it feels like they're reaching that final stage. The Dev Podcast Clues. Let's also talk about something very important that many people might have overlooked. Earlier, SCS released a developer podcast where they discussed consoles. And this wasn't just a casual mention, they went deeper. They talked about the idea of bringing the game to consoles. They talked about the challenges ahead. They talked about their staff, their market, and most importantly, the fans. And when a company starts talking like that publicly, it usually means one thing. They are getting ready. Because companies don't just talk openly about something unless they are confident it's actually going somewhere. And that's why I feel like this is not just speculation anymore. This is something real. Now let's talk about what we might actually see. If this announcement really happens this week, I would expect something big, not just a sentence or a tweet, but something meaningful, possibly a trailer, possibly gameplay, or even a proper reveal explaining how console will work. But the biggest thing, the thing that would make everyone go crazy, is the release date. Because once we have a date, everything changes. Suddenly, it's no longer one day. It becomes, this is happening. And I know a lot of you will enjoy that moment. I would enjoy that moment too. It's something we've been waiting for a very long time. How will it work? Now here's another question that I've been thinking about. Will it release at the same time on both consoles, or will they take a different approach? Because Honestly, we don't know yet. They might release it on Xbox first, then bring it to PlayStation 5 later. Or they could do the opposite. Or maybe, just maybe, they drop it on both at the same time. Personally, I would love to see a simultaneous release. That would be the best case scenario for everyone. But at the same time, I understand if they decide to roll it out step by step. It's a big project, and managing two platforms at once is not easy. Now, I need to make something very clear because I've seen some confusion around this. This is for the current generation of consoles. We are talking about PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and Series S, not PlayStation 4, not PlayStation 3, not Xbox 360, not Xbox One. This is current generation. And honestly, that makes sense. These games are growing. The maps are getting bigger, the graphics are improving, and the systems are becoming more demanding. So focusing on modern hardware is the right move. If this really happens, this week could be a defining moment, not just for SCS, not just for ETS2 and ATS, but for the entire trucking simulation community. Because opening the doors to consoles means more players, more exposure, more growth. And that's something I love to see. It means the game we've been enjoying for years is finally reaching a whole new level. Now, at the same time, I want to keep things realistic. Even though this sounds exciting, we still have to wait for official confirmation. Nothing is guaranteed until SCS says it themselves. But based on everything, the timing, the hints, the development progress, it really feels like something is coming. And these sources I'm talking about, they are legitimate. That's why I'm sharing this with you. So, here's what I'll say. Stay alert this week, keep your eyes open, check for updates, because something big might drop at any moment. And if it does, trust me, you don't want to miss it. This could be the moment we've all been waiting for. And honestly, I'm excited. I really am. I would love to see this finally become real, and I know many of you feel the same way. So, yeah, let's wait and see what happens, because this week might change everything.